How's it going, guys? I'm Theo Joe, and today's topic, I think a lot of you will enjoy. It's going to be how you can make some extra money online. Now, I should point out this is not going to be a lot of money. You know, you're probably not going to be able to live off this. Just extra money for this or that throughout the month. I don't know. And don't worry, I'm not going to be using affiliate links or anything, so I'm not just promoting these for money. I'm just going to list them out, and then you guys can decide whatever one you want to use. All right, starting off, we have one that's really popular, actually. It's called Mechanical Turk, made by Amazon, or MTurk. And it's basically a way where you sign up through your Amazon account, and then you can do little repetitive tasks. So you'll get paid not a lot, maybe a few cents per thing, but they're very simple. So one might be organizing and categorizing different items on a restaurant menu or something. They'll show you an image and then you just say, all right, this is, I don't know, fish and this is meat, something like that. Another one might be looking at a text document and just getting basic information out of it, or maybe even looking at an image and identifying what the picture is, stuff like that. The pay definitely isn't much. You might be able to make a few bucks an hour, and you will probably make more if you fill out your profile and you have like an education degree or something like that. So it will vary, and you might not qualify for the higher paying options. But depending on what you're actually doing this for, if you're just very bored, it might still be worth it to check out what they have on offer. Now, the next website is called Clickworkers, and it's kind of similar to Mechanical Turk, where you get a little task to do. Although what I hear is that the tasks are a little bit more involved, and therefore you get paid a little bit more. So if you're bored of the very, very basic stuff that Mechanical Turk says, then maybe Clickworker will be more for you. Some examples of this might be looking at a document and doing proofreading, so looking for any spelling mistakes or something like that. You might also be tasked with researching information about a certain topic. So they might say, go and do some Google searches and tell us what you find. Or maybe something like, go on Google Maps and find the phone numbers and addresses of all the sushi restaurants in this area. Stuff like that, where it's not just super basic, like click on the right thing, but you actually do have to put in a little bit of brain power, but still not super involved, not super skilled information. All right, next up, number 3, an option would be a freelancer site. For example, Freelancer or Upwork. And with this, you kind of do have to have some sort of marketable job or skill. And how it works is a client will simply post something they need done on this website, and then the workers, like you, who has a skill, will look through these and see what you're able to do. And the client will have a budget, and then if it's within your budget, then you'll post a bid, say what you're willing to do the job for, and then kind of do a little description of your experience and that sort of thing. And these typically do pay a lot more. These are more like real, commissions. So it might be something as simple as writing a song. They might want you to write a melody or something. So you would probably have to have a background in music. Or maybe even design a whole website. That would pay a lot of money, but also keep in mind there's going to be a lot of people going for the big bucks. Some other examples might be to translate an entire book. They might pay you, who knows, thousands of dollars depending on how long it is, or if it's like an ebook, maybe only a couple hundred, or maybe they'll hire you for a couple hundred to write an ebook, stuff like that. So there might be some jobs that are really big, several $1,000s, other ones that are not very expensive, maybe only less than $100. But you should keep in mind that there is going to be competition. There's no guarantee that you'll get any of these jobs, so you really want to do something that you're actually decent at or just very unique at, because otherwise the people who are actually good at the job will have higher ratings, they'll have better examples in their portfolio, and the clients will go with them every time, as opposed to you who just puts out junk. But it's still an option if you're good at something. Everyone's good at something. So maybe keep an eye out for jobs where someone is looking for something like that. And if you're willing to do it for a lot less than the other people, then they might go with you. All right, now the next website is kind of similar to what we just talked about. It's called Fiverr. And the idea is kind of like the reverse of Freelancer, where instead of people who are looking for workers posting a job, in this case, you would post what you're willing to do and kind of have a page, and then people would search for different things they want to do, find you, and then hire you from there. Some examples of jobs you might offer are recording a song. Like if you can play a musical instrument, you can sing happy birthday songs or something, custom videos. Or maybe if you're decent at Photoshop, you can design some basic logos for someone. Or if you have basically no skills, but you have a camera, you could hire yourself out to literally record yourself saying some script. So sometimes people do this if they need testimonials. You can say, oh yeah, I used this product and it was great. Maybe not exactly honest, but there's plenty of people that do that. So if you need a quick buck, I guess that's a way you can do it. And actually, the reason it's called Fiverr is because the original idea is that everything just costs $5 to do. So it's very inexpensive, although you can add on more tasks and premium features for more than that. Because of this, Fiverr does have a reputation of not really having the highest quality work. It's just very cheap. So it might be good if you're not really great at something, but you can do something, you can hire it out and people won't expect too much from it. But this also means that if you are really good at something, then you might be the one that everyone goes to. And of course, you can do that markup for maybe the more premium, time-consuming works. All right, now this one is not 100% online, but I still thought I'd throw it in there. It's kind of interesting. And that is you could become a mystery shopper. So if you're not familiar with this, companies will actually hire mystery shoppers or people, regular people to go into stores or restaurants and basically just report back what they see to check on conditions and stuff like that. So what you do is sign up through the Mystery Shoppers Providers Association, and you can go on their website and go through their whole sign up process. I'm not really familiar with what it takes. You probably have to fill out some sort of application, but then presumably once you do that, you might get picked. And then what you would do is you'd go to a restaurant or a grocery store and say, report on the cleanliness of the restaurant, the politeness of the staff, or how long it takes to wait to get service or something like that. Or you might even go to a grocery store and be hired to audit or check the prices of things. So maybe to make sure that a grocery store isn't overcharging on certain items. Now, if you're wondering who would actually hire a mystery shopper, like what's the point? Well, it might be the company itself wanting to check up on their stores, like maybe Walmart will want to check up on this regional store that they've been getting reports about, or maybe even a producer of a product wants to check up on the retailers that are selling it. So for example, say Bud Light wants to keep their product below a certain price, so they might send a mystery shopper out to different beer distributors and make sure that they're not overcharging, because that looks bad on them if people go to buy there and they're like, oh man, Bud Light's really expensive, so they would make sure that people who are retailers are actually keeping on the up and up, not trying to scam them. Obviously, in this case, you would actually have to go outside, but it might be a neat side gig. Moving on, this next one is mostly passive. It's just a little bit of upfront work, and that is to sell stock photos. If you have any type of professional camera, like a DSLR or something like that, that takes high quality images, then you might potentially be able to take photos of stuff and then sell them on a stock photo website like Shutterstock or iStockPhoto. Though I should point out that you do need to take high quality photos. Otherwise, they won't let it onto the site. If it's like a dark image, or it's got lots of noise, or it's blurry, or out of focus, or something like that, they will reject it. It has to be really high quality. But the good thing is that once you do take the photo, then you just put it up there, and if people decide to buy it, well, it doesn't take any more work. So some great examples might be that if you have access to something that's really cool, like, I don't know, maybe you live near a really cool looking lighthouse, well then you could go down and take some awesome pictures of that lighthouse and then put it up on Shutterstock, and then anytime someone wants a picture of a lighthouse, they might like yours and then buy it. Or maybe if you live in a region where the climate has really crazy looking thunderstorms in the sky sometimes, again, that could be a unique thing that maybe not a lot of places have, super awesome looking thunderstorms. So you can think outside the box. Just what do you think you could provide that might not be super popular or super accessible to others, and then you could put that up. Obviously, if you're not really familiar with photography, this might take a lot of time to learn, although it's not super hard to get the hang of taking basic technically good photos, and then it would just be a matter of time of getting an artistic view of stuff that just looks cool and looks like something that someone would actually be willing to pay for. All right, on to number 7. This one, I don't know if you guys are gonna like it, but it's called Bing Rewards. So you can actually get rewards by using the Bing search engine by Microsoft. It's not much, but if you don't really care what search engine you're using or you're already using Bing, it might be a nice way to get a few bucks back. Basically, you use Bing and you earn credits, and 100 credits equals $1. So you earn credits by just using the site. For every day you just use Bing, you get 1 credit. And then also for every 3 searches about, you'll get 1 credit, up to 30 credits. So obviously that is not a lot, but if you're just doing regular searching every day, it might add up if you forget about it and then cash out 1 month. You can redeem the credits in a few ways. You can do gift cards. I think they offer credit to the Microsoft Store and stuff like that. Again, it would take a while to earn a reasonable amount of money unless you're just doing it completely passively without thinking about it. Next up, number 8, we have a website called Swagbucks. You might have heard of it, and yeah, the name is kind of stupid. It might be kind of sketchy, but it is pretty legit. Basically what it is you get paid to shop online. Like, they might give you coupons, and then if you buy something with that coupon, you get something paid back. You might get paid to do surveys or watch videos or watch advertisements or something like that. And then presumably they would give you some gift card at the end. So basically, you're volunteering to be relentlessly advertised to and then get paid for it. On their website, they say you get free gift cards, but obviously it's not free. You're using a lot of your time to get it. It's the same way that you might say your paycheck at the end of the week is free after spending 9 to 5 every day working on it. So it's not free, but you do have to spend the time on it. You should be careful with the surveys though, because I've heard bad things where people will say they'll do most of the survey and spend a bunch of time on it, and then eventually they'll say that you're disqualified. So that might be kind of sketchy. They'll collect the data and then not pay you. So I might just avoid the surveys if I was you. Coming near the end, number 9, this one's actually kind of interesting. It's called Slice the Pie, and basically you get paid to review music. So what this does is you basically just get a music clip that you get to listen to for like a minute and a half, and then you rate it and you write a little review. And it can't be something super duper short. You actually have to give your opinions. And they might pay you a few cents per song, although if they decide that you write really good reviews, they might increase the amount you get paid for each one. Presumably, you would pick a genre that you like, and then you'd only be showed songs from those genres because you're best at knowing them, you like them the best. Although you should keep in mind, most of this is gonna be like independent artists, people who just kind of record for no record label, so it might not be the best quality music, but still, you're just getting paid for it. All right, now finally, number 10. This one might be good for anyone who's artistically inclined in any way, kind of like the stock photos we talked about before, and that is to sell merchandise or merchandise designs. So there are websites such as Redbubble or Society6 where you upload a design that you made, and then it gets put on their marketplace, and people can choose to buy products like shirts or paintings with canvas with your design on it. And then of course, if they do that, you get a cut of it. So if you think you're really good at designing funny t-shirts or just cool looking t-shirts, then it might be worth it to put it on something like Redbubble, and you might sell a lot, who knows? And the other one is Society6. They do a lot of paintings and stuff, canvas, so that could be an alternative to the stock photo thing, where if you take a picture, you could put it up on there. That would be another one where it's a lot of upfront work, but if you tend to do really well with it, it's mostly passive. So if you already have a lot of cool designs, it might not be any work at all. So that's pretty much it. Like I said, none of these are probably gonna make you a lot of money at all, just extra beer money or something like that. Although a couple of them, like the freelance websites or maybe even the merchandise, they could eventually make you a reasonable amount of money if you're really good at it. So you guys can let us know down in the comments what you think. And if you want to keep watching, I'll put some other videos right here. You can just click on those. And if you want to subscribe, I make new videos every Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday. Should be worth it. And also be sure to enable notifications by clicking that bell, or else YouTube literally might not even show you new videos even if you do subscribe. Keep that in mind. Again, I'm looking forward to hearing from you guys, so thanks so much for watching. I'll see you next time. Have a good one.